Shalom, shalom. First, I want to start by giving infinite praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, qadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, teach well, the 100% truth and sincerity. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, which is of the Israelites and the Israelite foreigners that were scattered amongst. To you and only to you I say shalom. It's your brother Aharon here from the Great Millstone DC branch, coming to you with an impromptu lesson through the spirit and truth of Yahawah bahasham yahawashi. And jumping straight into it, measuring thou the time diligently in itself. I'm gonna start with that one. Salakia. This is 2nd Esdras chapter 9. In verse 1 it says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest parts of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. And yet, measuring thou the time diligently in itself, these times that we're in are telltale signs of the things that are about to come to pass. You're hearing rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. You're hearing the talks on civil unrest, right? You're hearing the remarks and speeches on the Charagma, which that's what I'm gonna touch bases on in this lesson. And we're coming out in season and out of season to preach this word. Okay? This is why you have to measure out the time diligently in itself, because by paying attention to the news, hearing these things that are coming to pass, can you not compare these things unto the scriptures that Yahawah bahasham yahawashi has left for our learning's sake, or early warning unto what is about to come? These words of prophecy that the Lord has put in our mouth, that he has caused to be written on paper, for they are faithful and true, should be your guideline to which you should come out and preach to the people. Alright? And by seeing different accounts and different articles on, the Charagma, I'm going to hit that account right now, because these are telltale signs into what is going on right now. Alright? So this is Revelation chapter 13. And Revelation chapter 13 and verse 14. It says, And deceiveth them that dwell on earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And these miracles that they're portraying and doing on the left hand side, right? They're using the Charagma to cause the blind to see, to cause the ones that can't walk to get up and walk again, right? They're causing those that don't like to carry their cards and cash and their documents because it's too bulky and too much. They're putting it all on one device, the implantable device the size of a grain of rice, which then is going to cause, if eventually it's going to be mandated and cause if the whole world to go through that hour of temptation, which then they're going to shut down and crash the dollar and turn this into a digital society, which then you're seeing in the news the different accounts on these digital devices, this digital software that's being pushed out, right? Certain places they're already moving with the Charagma or the RFID microchip. And this is some of the ways that they're using to deceive the people, by way of those miracles that they use this device to cause you to do things that you couldn't do before. Ultimately, if it's going to come down to a time period which they're going to cut you off from society if you don't receive this mark. So Like the scripture says, Revelations 13 and 14, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had the power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And yeah, we in the revised Roman Empire, man. Rome 2.0, which we're about to come into a time period that we have never seen before, elevated on all costs. You're going to see the Charagma mandated, used as the currency to pay for things, to travel, to go out to your different entertainment places, which the mass majority of the world are going to line up to receive that mark. Because what? The deception that Esau is going to push, right? And all they that don't receive it, shall be lined up for death, man. Put into concentration camps, But ultimately understand that, in the next scripture, Revelations 3 and 16, it says, and he causeth all. So it's going to be a cause, man. It could be a blackout, the crash of these different banking systems, your internet, your cellular devices. All these things can be shut down in a blink of an eye, right? And it's going to be a cause to make you Jakes, to make you Israelites and Israelite foreigners, and all the people that dwell upon this earth to want to receive this mark. But the Lord warned you to not receive it. And Lord's willing, we'll be able to get that, all right? So like it says, Revelations 13 and 16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So this is not going to just be for, those that are in poverty or in the ghettos and the barrios. No, it's going to be for everyone, rich and poor, whether you're out here in the free world or locked in, these cages in the prison systems that, Esau has put you in. This is why you should be preparing yourselves, building up the faith in yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, because it's about to be a time period wherein he's going to try the world. And like the scripture says, when you come as thou to serve the Lord, yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, prepare thy soul for temptation. And right now, it's that preparation time that you should be getting your faith built up, cleaving unto those true names, hearkening unto the words of prophecy, and measuring thou the time diligently in itself. And it says, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And we understand that a score is 20, so that 3 score is a 6, that 3 score is 60. So 666, which in the 666 is a symbolization, of the wicked himself, man. That wicked man, the deceiver, the slanderer, that's going to cause us all to receive that mark, right? That no man will be able to buy or sell, save he that had that mark. But what we understand that the righteous, have been preserved to not be in reception of that mark. Like the Lord said, that he had reserved 7,000 men, that would not bow the knee to the image of Baal or Baal, right? So it's a complete number of men, women and children. But it starts with the men first that will not receive this mark. They will ultimately prepare themselves through yahawah bahasham yahawashi to be what? In the time, of affliction. Which in the world is going to afflict us. But the Lord yahawah bahasham yahawashi is going to be on our side, ready to fight the cause of his righteous, of his election. And right now we're putting on as the hopeful elect. And Lord's willing, we're part of those first fruits to receive redemption from this place, man. Because it's about to be a time which you're going to be tried. All right. And like it says, gold tried in the furnace. Salaki, there we go. This is Barak chapter 2 and verse 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Right? So we're about to be tried, man. We're about to have to go through the furnace of adversity. Right now we're on the lower level of it, but eventually it's going to come down to it, which adversity is going to be compassing you people round about, man. Causing you to make a choice to either receive that mark or to trust in yahawah bahasham yahawashi like he has told you to do so. And all day the trust in yahawah bahasham yahawashi, shall dwell better than those that receiveth this mark. Lord's willing, we are able to receive the mark of exemption, like it's spoken on in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. That the Wah, or the rest of the world, are receiving the mark of judgment. Lord's willing, we are, we have that blood upon our doorposts, man, upon our tabernacle, causing us to escape these things that are about to come. Because the Lord yahawah bahasham yahawashi has forewarned you of those that receive this mark. Okay? This is Revelation chapter 14 and verse 8. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And yeah, she's about to make all you nations, feel the wrath, crashing the dollar, having all you nations and you people, right, join hand in hand with the digital society, because it's going to be the currency that ruleth over the world, just like how the dollar was at some time being, and yeah, for years, man, for decades, for centuries, you have been hearing how the dollar has been standing firm, but now it's being bought low. And the next currency is going to be that digital currency, which in that implantable device the size of a grain of rice, that the Lord yahawah bahasham yahawashi is forewarning you through the words of prophecy to not receive that. Okay? Because all they that do receive it shall be cut off from amongst his people. So Revelation 14 and 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of yahawah bahasham yahawashi, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So if you receive the mark, of the wicked, you're going to be cut off, man. Tormented through the righteous anger of yahawah bahasham yahawashi. Right? When it says, and the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. So yeah, man, if you choose to put Esau and this digital device, over the Lord, you're gonna be cut off. All right. And it says, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahawah bahasham yahawashi and the faith of yahawashi HaMashiach. That's what we're about to come into. You know, patience. Because although it tarry, you know, wait for it, man. Wait for the salvation of Yahawah bahasham yahawashi, because this is what you're going to need. You know, this is the patience of the saints. And you're going to have faith in yahawashi HaMashiach. All right? To overcome this. So, I want to end off by saying, Lord's willing, it's an edifying lesson through the spirit and truth of Yahawah bahasham yahawashi, bahasham qadash, shanya kabad, gawala rekwab, sakwanya nawa ba'aith. You know, continuously push the words and understand we're coming into the time period which in, you know, the world shall be tried, you know, and the wicked thinks they're going to get the upper hand. But Yahawah bahasham yahawashi, through divine intervention, is going to cause us to escape, redeeming us out of the hands of the wicked.